What's going on, guys? It's Joel here with as many reviews as possible, and today we're reviewing the KLOKOV Equipment Olympic Weightlifting Barbell. So after I reviewed the Sport Barbell from KLOKOV Equipment, which I really liked, I knew I had to check out their Olympic Weightlifting Barbell. Now this is like their competition barbell, but it is not IWF certified. It is definitely manufactured to competition standards though. So the main differences between the Sport Barbell and the Olympic Weightlifting Barbell are, one is the tensile strength is a little bit higher, two, the knurling is a little bit more aggressive and there is center knurling, three, the bands on the sleeves are blue versus the black ones found on the Sport Barbell. They both have a serial number etched into it. They both have the hard chrome coating. They both have 10 needle bearings. They are both manufactured in China. Now, out of all the differences between the two barbells, the one that you're going to notice the most is going to be the knurling, and that's the one that is going to be the deciding factor between the two barbells. Now, there's also a huge increase in price between the two barbells as well, so you have to take that into account. Now I'm going to implement the same kind of scoring platform that I've been using on my shoe reviews for my barbell reviews. Somehow I'm going to get that into my bumper plate reviews. I'm going to try to do that for pretty much all the reviews going forward. So starting off with the build quality and construction of the KLOKOV Oli bar, where I give it a perfect 6 out of 6. This is a really well-made barbell. It features a satin hard chrome finish that is uniform throughout the whole barbell. The knurling is extremely well cut throughout the whole barbell, including the center knurling. You of course have the KLOKOV signature and serial number laser etched into the shaft. The sleeves feature 10 needle bearings. They spin extremely well. They also have a little bumper on the sleeve shoulders so that it will protect the barbell when there's no weights on the bar. There's a ribbing on the sleeves so that helps keep plates on. There's no place side to side in the sleeves. It is a really solid sounding barbell when you drop it. Of course, the shaft of the barbell measures in at a perfect 28 millimeters. If there was no branding on this barbell, you could easily confuse it for being like an Eleiko bar. This barbell is made in China, but that does not mean that the quality is poor. It is just one of the most well-built barbells that I've ever used. So let's go back to the knurling of the KLOKOV Equipment Oli bar. The cut found on this barbell is going to be definitely more of a competition style cut. It's fairly deep. The pattern is really well done, and it's pretty much the same one that's going to be found on the Sport Barbell, though it is just much deeper. The center knurling is definitely noticeably there, but it's not enough to the point where it's going to really irritate your neck or anything. You will definitely notice it on cleans, but you know, it is what it is, and that's kind of why you're buying the competition barbell or the Oli barbell versus the Sport Barbell. Now, I'm not gonna recommend this barbell if you are planning to use it for like a CrossFit workout with a lot of high repetitions. This will definitely chew up your hands, but if you're looking for a training barbell to do singles with, then the KLOKOV Oli bar is going to be awesome for that. The grip is really good on this barbell, but it can definitely tear your hands up. So assuming you want a competition style knurling, I'm gonna give the KLOKOV Equipment Oli bar a 6 out of 6. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about is the spin of this barbell, and I gotta be honest with you, even though it has the same 10 needle bearings found in the Sport Barbell, the spin on this bar is a little bit more controlled. It's not as aggressive, but it is definitely fast enough to pull yourself under for any kind of cleans or snatches. It spins really well. There's no friction or anything. It's really smooth. This is a really well spinning barbell that doesn't overly spin, and the spin is very accurate on this barbell in comparison to even the Sport Barbell, in which I thought had a really nice and controlled spin. So for the spin, I give it a perfect 6 out of 6. So the tensile strength of the KLOKOV Oli barbell is 235 kpsi. The Sport barbell is 215 kpsi. You will not notice any kind of difference between the breaking strength out of either of these barbells. Anything over 190 kpsi tensile strength should be fine against bending or breaking under any kind of normal usage. The whip on these barbells is, to be honest with you, not the greatest, but it should be fine for most people. You're not really gonna notice any kind of elasticity until you go to around 100 kg, but for novice lifters, they're gonna feel exactly the same. If you are a more experienced lifter, then you might notice a little bit more whip, but that is going to be a subjective note as well. It really just depends on how much weight you're putting on the barbell. For most people, it's gonna be fine, so I'm gonna give the whip of the KLOKOV equipment to Oli bar a 4 out of 6. So the last thing that we're gonna talk about today is going to be value. The KLOKOV Oli bar retails for $700. That at least includes free shipping. You can get it from Amazon, you can get it from KLOKOVequipment.com. Now the Sport barbell retails for only $400. So the increase in price over the Sport barbell for almost the same kind of performance is kind of absurd. It's $300 more in price. All you're really getting compared to the Sport barbell is a little bit more of a competition spec knurling and center knurling. Now also putting the Oli bar against some of the other top picks in the same category, you have the American Barbell SS competition bar, and that's stainless steel. You have the Rogue Pyrrhus bar, which is once again stainless steel. You have the Rogue EU bar, which is at least the same kind of Swedish steel that they use on the Eleiko bars. And then you have the Eleiko NXG, which is an Eleiko bar and has the name, has the heritage. When putting the Oli bar against those bars, it's a really hard decision to pick because, you know, some of those have the name, some of those have better finishes, some of those are made in the United States, whereas the KLOKOV bar, you know, it's not made in the United States. It's relatively unproven, it's not IWF certified, and you can get pretty much the same exact performance out of it for $400 in the Sport barbell. The weakest point of the KLOKOV equipment Oli bar is definitely gonna be its price. I think it's still a little bit overpriced at $700. And if you're looking for something that performs just as well and you don't need competition spec knurling, you just want a training barbell, then, you know, just opt for the Sport bar. So for value, I'm gonna give the KLOKOV bar a 4 out of 6. So the total score of the KLOKOV equipment Olympic weightlifting barbell is going to be 26 out of 30, which is going to get a highly recommended rating from me. It's an excellent, excellent barbell, though I do think it is a little bit overpriced. If you like the KLOKOV name, if you liked a more controlled spin, you wanted a really, really well-built barbell, really, really well-built or well-cut knurling, then the KLOKOV equipment Olympic weightlifting barbell is definitely one of the best that you can get, though maybe not for the price. If you guys have any questions about this barbell, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And as always guys, please hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.